Clarkson's farm. Kaleb Cooper shares shock after stern warning from locals. Clarkson's farm star Kaleb Cooper received a warning following an outing with his fiancée, Kaya, and their children, joking that he had to relocate his dinner. Kaleb Cooper received a stern warning from locals after gathering mussels. On his Instagram page, the Clarkson's farm star posted a photo of his fiancée, Kaya, as she collected mussels from a rock, captioning it, "Collecting dinner." In a follow-up photo, he revealed how the locals told him not to eat them, sharing a light-hearted moment while posing with his son and joking, "As we finished collecting the mussels, we was then warned by the locals that there has been sewage leaking into the sea sick from the floods and they're not safe to eat. So we just relocated them," laughing emoji. Back in June, Kaya shared a heartfelt post dedicated to the 26-year-old farmer and TV star. Kaleb, who shares 2 children, Oscar and Willa, with Kaya, is set to marry her after being together since they were 18. Thrilled, she wrote on her page, "Happy birthday to my hubby, have a great day. I love you." While Cooper rarely opens up about his personal life he recently has revealed his battle with a coffee addiction, saying he was forced to quit the stimulant, cold turkey. Detailing his struggles in his freshly published book, It's a Farming Thing, he opens up about his dietary habits while working grueling hours on the farm. Kaleb disclosed, "I don't drink much coffee anymore because I overdid it when I was younger, milking cows bang early. I started getting evil headaches. It got so bad I went to the doctors and had loads of scans, only to find out I was addicted to coffee," reports Gloucestershire Live. Describing the ordeal of giving it up, he mentioned, "Coming off it was horrendous. I had to go pure cold turkey and not the kind you put in a sandwich for your dinner at lunchtime." Reflecting on the withdrawal process, he drew parallels between himself and notable figures, musing, "I felt how I imagine Keith Richards must have felt, or the guy out of Trainspotting. Okay, I didn't see terrible things crawling on the ceiling, but that's because I was too busy climbing up the walls myself." Kaleb Cooper, the breakout star of Amazon Prime's hit series Clarkson's Farm, has shared a shocking encounter after receiving a stern warning from locals in the area where the show is filmed. The young farmer, who quickly became a fan favorite thanks to his no-nonsense attitude and farming expertise, found himself on the receiving end of a rather unexpected piece of advice from the very community that has supported the farming endeavor of Jeremy Clarkson. In a recent social media post, Kaleb revealed that after spending several years working on Clarkson's diddly squat farm, he had been approached by several local residents who offered a rather firm caution about the direction the farm was taking under the spotlight of television. The warning was particularly focused on the potential impact the show's success could have on the local environment and the community. The incident occurred as Kaleb was preparing for a new season of Clarkson's Farm, which has been met with widespread acclaim. Despite the show's success, the growing attention on Clarkson's farming project has led to increased visitors to the rural area, some of whom are not entirely happy with the intrusion of cameras and the influx of tourists. Local farmers, too, have expressed concern over the changes in the farming industry that they feel could be influenced by the show's unconventional approach. In his post, Kaleb mentioned feeling taken aback by the warning, noting that he had always tried to maintain good relationships with the locals and had never imagined his work on the farm would cause such division. However, he also expressed understanding of their concerns, acknowledging that the rise in popularity of the show could be affecting the area in ways he had not anticipated. "I never thought something as simple as farming could have such a big impact on the local community," Kaleb wrote. "We've always tried to keep things as authentic as possible, but I can see how the attention it's brought could be overwhelming for some people around here." The young farmer's candidness about the situation has been met with a mixed reaction. Fans of the show have expressed their support for Kaleb, understanding that the attention surrounding Clarkson's Farm is a double-edged sword. While it has certainly brought much-needed attention to the realities of modern farming, it has also brought a host of challenges that were not anticipated at the outset. Meanwhile, Clarkson himself has been somewhat of a lightning rod for criticism from the local community. While his comedic approach to farming has garnered laughs from viewers, some of the more serious farming families have raised concerns about the portrayal of farming as a kind of entertainment, rather than a serious, labor-intensive industry. Local farmers have also raised valid points about the environmental impact of the farm's sudden rise in popularity. With more visitors coming to the area to see Clarkson's unconventional farming practices firsthand, there has been an increase in foot traffic, littering, and the potential for land overuse. Kaleb's warning from locals is part of a broader conversation about the intersection of television production and rural life. Many rural communities across the UK are seeing increased exposure thanks to TV shows like Clarkson's Farm, which are bringing both positive and negative attention to areas that were once relatively unknown. For Kaleb, the situation has been a learning curve. He's taken to social media to express gratitude for the support he's received from fans while also acknowledging that the show's success is not without its complications. "I'm just trying to do my best on the farm, but I've learned a lot along the way, both on the land and about the people around here," he said. As for Clarkson, he has not commented directly on the local warning but has continued to champion his farming journey. The latest season of Clarkson's Farm is already in production, with more laughs and farming mishaps expected to follow. Whether the show can continue to balance its popularity with the concerns of the local community remains to be seen, but for now, Kaleb Cooper and Jeremy Clarkson are undeterred in their mission to bring farming to the masses. This tension between local residents and the farming show highlights the growing complexity of producing television in rural areas and serves as a reminder that the realities of farming go far beyond what is portrayed on screen. As the story unfolds, it will be interesting to see how the relationship between Clarkson's Farm, the locals, and the fans evolves in the seasons to come. Clarkson's Farm's Kaleb Cooper says, "I know how I want to die," as he shares family custom. Kaleb Cooper has become a household name thanks to his role on Clarkson's Farm, but the star has now opened up about his life before the TV show in his new book. Clarkson's Farm star Kaleb Cooper has humorously shared his preferred way to die while discussing a cherished family tradition. The 26-year-old, who won over audiences on the Amazon Prime series with his passion for agriculture and sharp wit, may not come from a long line of farmers, but he started working on dairy farms at the tender age of 13 and even sold chickens in his local area of Chipping Norton. Kaleb fondly recalls attending agricultural shows with his family as a child, with the Royal Three Counties show in Malvern, Worcestershire, holding a special place in his heart, particularly the cheese room. In his book, It's a Farming Thing, Kaleb reminisces, "There's only one person in the entire world who loves eating cheese more than I do, and that's my nan. Or maybe it's the other way around." He adds, "I would gladly take part in a study to find out, so if anyone wants to set one up, we'll both be there like a shot, purely in the interest of science naturally. They've got a cheese room at Malvern, and she and I would just go up and down it all day, eating free samples of cheese." Despite the risk of overindulgence, Kaleb jokes about how they managed to leave the cheese room on foot rather than being wheeled out. He added, "A visit to that cheese room is a family tradition I plan to keep up until the day I die, preferably from eating too much cheese." Kaleb also shared in his book about the dietary changes he had to make over the years. One such change was eliminating coffee from his diet due to early morning farm duties leading to caffeine addiction. He has also eliminated sugar from his diet, a move that helped him lose approximately 6 kilograms. He added, "I'm on a no-sugar thing, and it's all because I had this dream. I didn't understand the dream, but I knew I had to quit sugar." Clarkson's Farm star Kaleb Cooper makes death admission after falling in love with one food. Kaleb Cooper became a household name and won a legion of fans thanks to his appearance on Amazon Prime's Clarkson's Farm, alongside Jeremy Clarkson. Clarkson's Farm star Kaleb Cooper has joked about his preferred way to die after revealing a family tradition he intends to keep up. The 26-year-old became a breakout star from the Amazon Prime TV show thanks to his love of farming and quick-witted nature. And although Kaleb isn't from a traditional farming background, he began working on dairy farms at 13, before selling chickens around his hometown of Chipping Norton. As a youngster he used to attend agricultural shows with his relatives. And one tradition that really stuck with him was going to the Royal Three Counties show in Malvern, Worcestershire. For Kaleb, it was the cheese room at the show that particularly captured his affection, a place he often visited with his grandmother, with whom he shares an avid love for cheese. In his book, It's a Farming Thing, Kaleb writes, "There's only one person in the entire world who loves eating cheese more than I do, and that's my nan. Or maybe it's the other way around. I would gladly take part in a study to find out, so if anyone wants to set one up, we'll both be there like a shot, purely in the interest of science naturally. They've got a cheese room at Malvern, and she and I would just go up and down it all day, eating free samples of cheese." He also pondered humorously how they ever managed walking out of the cheese room by themselves without being wheeled out, due to the sheer amount of cheese consumed. Nonetheless, Kaleb is determined to keep this beloved family practice alive and continue attending the famed show in Malvern. "A visit to that cheese room is a family tradition I plan to keep up until the day I die, preferably from eating too much cheese." Kaleb also disclosed in his book how he had been compelled to make several alterations to his diet over time. One such change was eliminating coffee, as early mornings on the farm led him to develop a caffeine addiction. He has also eliminated sugar, a move that aided the star in losing around a stone. He further added, "I'm on a no-sugar thing, and it's all because I had this dream. I didn't understand the dream, but I knew I had to quit sugar.